What's up guys, SLMatty here, bringing you some FIFA 16 gameplay on the PlayStation 4. I just picked up an Elgato HD60 and I love it. It is fantastic. I'm playing in the Bundesliga Team of the Season Cup because I'm trying to win that Team of the Season Sane that has eluded me for so many days. I had some very rough games to begin with at the start of it, and I had a couple of days break as recommended by some YouTubers just to have a break from FIFA, come back to it and see if you do any better. And this is the run of games that you see from having that break, and I can't tell you how much truth is in those words. If you're struggling with FIFA and you're usually okay at playing and you're just making silly mistakes, go have a break, because it can do you a world of good. It is fantastic. That first shot that you saw was unlucky not to go in. However, I'm not usually the kind of person who gets free kicks. They either get the ball or I get past them. I don't draw out free kicks, so it was weird for me to take a free kick, especially so early on and with a league that I don't play with. Because I play with the Spanish league teams, the Bundesliga is a completely different kettle of fish for me. And I really struggled when I began. However, this guy that I'm up against, he's got a very strong team. He's just making silly mistakes and giving the ball to me, which gives me so many chances. Like that shot there, by no means should have gone in, nor should I have got that chance. But he made a silly mistake. I saw that I had a good player, took a long shot, and luckily it took a great deflection and went in for me. And that was something that I was really happy with. My first goal, not too long into the game, gave me confidence that I needed. He started counter-attacking, and he was deadly with a counter-attack. However, you see the Team of the Season Sulu come in there. Apart from I lead on to get to this horrible defensive error that causes him to shoot with Aubameyang and score a fantastic goal that stems from my defensive error. I tried to cross it across the field so that I could clear it out. However, when I cleared it, it hit straight into one of his attackers and I couldn't do anything about it. What you're seeing here is the one reason that I don't like using some of the Bundesliga goalkeepers, and I don't know if it's just the Bundesliga goalkeepers or whether it's coding in the game and it could be every goalkeeper. However, I've never had this with my goalkeepers that I use, like De Gea, Alves, Oblak, Bravo and ter Stegen. None of them have done that before. And I end this game by sweating it because I needed the win and I knew I wouldn't get another chance. So I decided to pass across goal to guarantee me that shot. And it was a great decision, even though I don't like the fact that I did it. This next team that I'm up against has an extremely strong front attacking four. The cam and the right back, I don't know much about them, but they might be extremely fast, which might be why they're on there. With Haldez and Boateng and Leno as the defensive triangle, that it could have been a fantastic game for him. His team was incredible. However, in the 4th minute, I get this goal, and that started off building my confidence more. Like, early goals is always good because you then put them on edge. They start making errors. However, they then know how you attack very quickly and very early on, especially if you start with a free from the kickoff. And fortunately for me, he didn't actually catch on that I was playing 3 balls through the middle trying to get to the fast players. However, it didn't take him long for him to get onto the counter-attack and start crossing in, and he was unlucky not to score that shot there. That header was, the cross was perfect, the header was fantastic, just Leno was in the right place at the right time. At least I think it's Leno. I don't know if when I first started the Bundesliga tournament, I had Sommer. However, I don't know when I changed to Leno. I liked Leno in this tournament. However, I find him to be very inconsistent. The one thing that kept me in this game was my defense. Socrates and Sulu were fantastic for me. I super gave away this foul and got a yellow card. I was lucky not to get red carded. If it had been a bit further up the field, I probably would have been red carded. But it was also one of the players I didn't want to be red carded. He was my free kick taker, and this is an example of why Sulu is so underrated as a team of the season card. He is so cheap, and he does things like that. He clears it off the line, shots that your goalkeeper would never get to. He gets to the place that you need him to be. Yes, I was in control of him, but I had no control over him clearing that ball, and it was fantastic for me. He played really strongly. However, I needed the coins, and I wasn't going to play with him, so I sold him. I did keep some of the players because I got Sane. I was not going to sell all the players, so I kept Kagawa, and I kept the right-hand side of the field basically, and bought Muller, who I don't have in this, and created a hybrid team with some BPL players that actually turned out to be only Manchester United players. This penalty that I conceded here was very unfortunate for me. I got yellow carded. Thankfully, it wasn't the same guy as earlier. There's Robin pretending that he's injured, but he's not. I was extremely lucky with this. I didn't save it, and I was going the right way originally, but I changed my mind when he started. Luckily, he missed, and that could have changed the game entirely. And I'm so happy that he didn't do it, because I got in here, 3-balled it in, and shot, and I scored in the 89th minute, sorry, and that solidified the game to me. I was going to win. He couldn't get 2 goals back in the 2 minutes that were left. I think we had 3 minutes extra time. So we go on to the next game. This guy had an incredible team, like a truly incredible team with Neuer, Boateng, Naldo, Piszczek, Alaba, sorry, and then Royce, informal Lewandowski, and team of the season Mkhitaryan. And I saw this team and I was so worried I was going to go out. And he starts off with, it was a very tight game up to here, but he comes in and he has this shot. I don't know how Royce did not get that ball. It looked like it sort of skimmed on his head and just stayed where it was instead of having any energy to move forwards, which I didn't think was possible in this game, but it led through to a counter-attack from me, which I was extremely happy with because it got me a shot and it got me a goal. And I needed that because it gave me a bit more confidence. I tightened up how I was defending and it did really well for me. The only downside is I don't know how to use these players effectively at all. And he ended up scoring this fantastic, he did a fantastic play to get there. He scores fantastically. And it kind of makes up for the fact that he didn't get that header early on. And it kind of disheartened me a little bit. Like, I'd played so well for 60 minutes and then Royce just goes in and scores that. Like, the play was incredible, but straight off the kickoff, I get this goal, and yeah, I sweated it a little bit. I played the through ball onto the Sane, who was running through out of position, may I add, like very clearly out of position. He's a left winger, however, he was playing as a centre mid in that instance, and it got me back to 2-1. However, I say however a lot. I messed up my defense, and then his I think it was Lewandowski, or no, it might be Mkhitaryan, one or the other, he shoved me out of the way and he got a bit cocky towards it with the celebrations. It was Lewandowski. He shoved my defender out of the way who would have blocked the shot, and I just switched to him, and it ended up 2-2, and it stayed 2-2 until penalties. And I was extremely proud of this penalty shootout. Like, I do really badly with penalties, and I tried things that I wouldn't usually do. But I made the first save, and I was really happy with that. However, I didn't put my shots as far to the right as I wanted to. And by the time I realised that he'd moved, because I wasn't really paying attention, I was watching the little bar at the side. By the time I realised he'd moved, I'd already shot that way. And before the guy had stuttered in his first shot that he scored, the second shot that he had, before he'd stuttered, I had no idea that he was going that way. I was going right, and then he stuttered, so I changed to left. And I scored with a Aubameyang straight down the middle, because it stayed in the middle for two shots then. And then this with Lewandowski, he was so unfortunate. And I ended up saving 4 penalties in a row and sending me through to the final. And the final was a very, very high scoring game. I think there were 5 goals. And it was extremely difficult. I was under so much pressure. I had no more attribute cards. Because I'd used them all on the BPL one, which I didn't ever manage to win, and I'm gutted, even though the Robert Huth card wasn't great. But yet again, this guy had a fantastic team playing Costa out of position with Müller, Kagawa, the version lower of the Kagawa that I have. But he gives me this free kick well, not right at the start, but at the 23rd minute. And I was like, I have to score this, and I did. I put it away into the top left-hand corner, and I was extremely happy. I couldn't have asked for a better shot, and he couldn't have done anything about it. He really couldn't have. He started playing counter-attack, possession game a little bit, but it didn't work. So this is my second attempt, not far down the line, and Sane with a volley that is fantastic. I've had really bad luck with Sane. This is his base card, his 75 rated. And he can't do long shots too well. He can't do volleys at all, especially from corners. And it just it didn't seem worth it to me. Like, I paid a fair amount for him and he wasn't worth it. But then I made a defensive error. I didn't tackle. I tried to press him out, make him fall, stumble, whatever. And he ends up shooting and scoring with Müller in the 68th minute, which sort of made me worry a little bit. I started panicking, making more errors. So it became a very tight game after that. I had to play smart, and unfortunately I just couldn't do that. He goes through on goal, scores with Shinji Kagawa, who the fantastic play to him. He played it right through the field. But straight off of kickoff, he didn't seem to make the right decisions, and it ended up costing him. Like, I found his weakness, and I eventually, in the 82nd minute, got through and scored. That was how it ended. I ended up winning, and I was so relieved. It took me so long to get to finish this tournament. And for that Sane card, I don't feel like it was worth it. I put too much time into this tournament for what this card is. It looks incredible, however it doesn't play incredible. However, that is the end of the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, comment, like, and I will see you in the next video.